All right. What the hell have you done with her?
With whom?
You know very well with whom. Arielle.
Lady Ashton?
Yes, she's just disappeared from the hospital, vanished into thin air. And there's only one man with the will and the power to do that, and that is you.
I can't imagine why you would think such a thing of me. I should think her husband would be a more likely candidate to leave the hospital without paying the bill.
She's been working with you all along, hasn't she? But she got in your way. So now you've taken care of her, and I'm sure you silenced her for good this time, haven't you? Anything to cover up the truth.
What an extraordinary imagination you have. Intrigue, murder, kidnapping.
Oh, that's not the half of it.
No, I'm sure there's a lot more if you allow your fertile imagination to run amok. You know, this would be quite amusing if you weren't so serious, but I'm afraid none of what you have said is true, especially when it pertains to me.
Don't kid yourself. We know who you are, Domino.
Do you realize how lucky you are? If anyone else heard these ridiculous charges of yours, you'd be in for quite a defamation suit. As to poor Arielle Ashton, I've only recently met the young woman. I deeply regret the attempt on her life, but that's as far as it goes.
You just recently met the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You don't recall a small cafe on a Greek island of Mykonos? I was there, and I saw the two of you together. It was over a year now, and I had a hard time remembering it, but I see it very clearly now.
Uh-huh. I did hear that you were having some mental problems.
There's too much evidence. You're not going to get away with this. Arielle came after Felicia and me with a gun. The gun had a domino on the handle. Your gun. She told me it was Domino's gun. I gave it back to her. Where do you suppose she took it? Back to the airport where your plane is parked. She disappeared through a gate, the same gate that Charlie Prince and Yasmin Bernoudi disappeared through.
How does any of this connect with me?
Arielle is our connection between you and Domino. And when we get Arielle, we get you. Look, she was the one that freed the terrorists that you hired to steal the Dragon Bone at the Bon Voyage party. She told them she was working with Domino, and she told them what to do next.
I don't have to stand here and listen to the ravings of a lunatic.
Well, then don't listen. Talk. I want to know where Arielle is. What have you done with her? What the deuce is going on here? What's this about Arielle?
Ask this lunatic here. He says that your wife is some sort of terrorist. If you ever dare threaten me again, you won't be around to brag about it.
You're not going to get away with this. You hear me?
Mr. Shaw, what's Van Buren talking about? What, did you actually say that Arielle was some sort of terrorist?
Look, Ashton, there are a lot of things that you don't know about Arielle, all right?
Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw, are you saying that I don't know my own wife?
I am saying that she is not your wife. She's mine.
Did you find Domino? What did he say? Did he say where Arielle was?
I found Nicholas Van Buren, and he didn't budge an inch. Hardly knows Arielle was shocked to hear that she was missing. I get 0 on Domino.
Well, what do you expect if you just go up and ask him? Guess we'd have to set up some kind of trap or something.
Fat chance a guy like that would walk into a trap. Now, his type always operates behind a platoon of front men. How about here? What's happening? Did Sean and Robert find anything?
Everybody here's so upset. Arielle just vanished. We don't know where she went, or they never saw anything of suspicious.
How could she just disappear in broad daylight?
I don't know. But you know what this means, don't you? I mean, if she really has disappeared or she's dead, then we'll never know the truth about the so-called marriage, and I can't live without it.
Honey, we will find her. I promise you, somehow, we will find her. Okay.
You won't sleep for days. Hello?
Yasmin, Nicholas, everything went well?
Perfectly. No one ever wants to look inside a body bag going into a hearse.
And Arielle, is she well?
As well as can be expected at this time. I think she went through a great trauma.
I'm sure she did. She's strong enough for me to talk to.
You can try. I hold the phone for her.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Arielle, this is Uncle Nicholas.
Uncle Nicholas. Uncle. I wasn't going to betray you. You have to wake me up. You know I wouldn't. I couldn't help it, Uncle Nicholas. I'm sorry.
I understand, dear. I do understand. You're a slave to the love you had for Colton. I really do. Of course I do.
Are you mad at me?
No, not at all. You know, I'm a sucker for family. But I had to get you out of Port Charles, otherwise there would have been dire consequences for you. You were foolish, my girl.
What happened to Colton?
I knew you would ask that. Don't worry about Colton. The two of you will be together again.
When?
That I do not know. But it will happen after all. He is your husband. Now, please, let me talk to Yasmin.
The entire hospital twice. Not a word, not a sign. Nobody remembers anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, we're having a similar experience in here, but thanks anyway, Steve.
It had to be a professional job, don't you think?
Yeah, more than likely, Steve.
Well, let me know if there's anything else I can do.
Yeah, thanks again, Mike.
Sure.
Thanks. Okay, old buddy. Now, Arielle was obviously taken out of here when the duty nurse went to answer the emergency phone call.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured that she was disguised as something or someone. Now, who would not be missed in the hospital and who can wander this hospital at will? Huh?
Oh, janitor, doctor, nurse.
I hate to be rude, but your mind is about 85% someplace else.
What do you think?
I think it's Catherine.
You know, with this much more practice, you could be a good mind reading it.
Yeah. That's only if I knew all of the people as well as I know you. Now, what happened?
Well, it kind of started out innocently enough. She kind of came by the house to chew me out over Mary's broken leg. Well, you know, the fire was lit and we had something to eat, to drink, bit of nice music. We sat down and talked and...
Yeah, well, it
danced.
sounds to me like you two finally got around to admitting your feelings for one another.
We did that too.
Oh, good. And you finally got off first base with her.
Well,
that's about time.
That being the case, I mean, why do I go there this morning and she's all, you know, OD'd with guilt and stuff and wants to leave and go to Los Angeles with that dork she's engaged to?
Well, you stopped her, didn't you?
Well, you know, what am I supposed to do? It's not like Friday. I can't lock her in the laundry. We came to a sort of a compromise. She's going to do a couple of concerts, and that's going to give me a bit more time to dig up some dirt and do more.
No, Kate. Nothing's wrong. I'm glad I caught you.
Catherine, you sound upset. Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I've just had a change of mind about my travel plans.
Don't tell me you're not coming.
Oh, yes, I'm coming. I have to talk to you, Paul, and
So I decided I'd fly to Los Angeles first, and then, I should be there in about 5 hours.
Really? Tonight? Hey, that's the best news I've had all week.
Okay, well, I'll just rearrange my flights, and I'll call your hotel when I get there.
I'll be waiting.
Okay, fine. All right.